Hey everyone! A brand new interview with the producer of Fashion Dreamer, Keisuke Kamiyama, popped up on my feed and was just released to the public. He sat down with the Japanese news site Joshin Web to talk more about the game's direction and get the word out a little bit more before its upcoming release on November 3rd, 2023. So I've decided to break down this interview a little further to see if I can scope out any juicy details, and there were definitely a few things in here that got my mind rolling. Without further ado, let's jump into the first question. Question 1 says, "It seems like you can play in a wide amount of ways, but what kind of game is this exactly?" Kamiyama replied, "Fashion Dreamer is a fashion and communication game that takes place in the virtual space known as Eve, where you can have fun while connecting with stylish people, receive likes, and become an influencer. We hope you will enjoy the many wonderful items created from the planning and development team at Sin Sophia, who are characterized by their deep knowledge of fashion and commitment to the craft, as well as the new experiences online mode can offer." Keywords: fashion and communication game. Also, Kamiyama seems to be really pushing online play in this interview. We know there's both single-player and online modes, but I'm excited for the longevity online will add to the game. Plus, if we can share our looks on the actual internet too, then the game will get even more publicity. Question 2 asks about online too. It reads, "Is there a recommended way to play in the online mode?" Kamiyama answers, "Firstly, in order to increase your followers, please like other players' muses' items and outfits, suggest outfits through lookits, and display your brand's items that you created in your showroom. Once you get used to playing online, we recommend that you don't just focus on gaining followers, but also decorate your showroom and take lots of pictures." On the Japanese Fashion Dreamer Twitter account, they have really been showing off a lot of filters to use in camera mode. Also, the ability to decorate our pictures with stamps and stickers reminds me of model debut Nicola. I think it makes sense for this addition to be added to the game. My only question is how pivotal of a role it will play. The next question asks if the producer has any tips on becoming a top influencer in the game. So for those of you who want to grow your brand online, listen up. Kamiyama says, quote, "When suggesting outfits through lookits, use items from your own brand as much as possible. Additionally, I will emphasize the importance of taking into account the other party's tastes, as well as keeping track of trends. To do this, you will need to like many items, create items for your own brand, and increase the amount of item options you will have for clothing suggestions." Do you all have an idea for what you're going to name your brands yet? I definitely know what my first one will be called. I've thought about it long and hard since the day I found out that creating a brand would even be a feature at all in this game. Yes, my brand shall be called Soup. Soup!
I'm at the soup store! Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you!
Soup! Are you out there? Are you watching me? I love you! The next question asks for behind-the-scenes details and inside stories from the development process. Kamiyama says Fashion Dreamer is a game that was developed with the aim of providing a new way to play and have fun. During development, there was some creative conflict, which led to a lot of trial and error. From the initial stage, the graphics were excellent and the concept of lookits were included, but to be honest, there was some uneasiness until the like system was completed. I wonder why the like system in particular is what eased some anxiety here. Since we know that Fashion Dreamer isn't actually a style-savvy game, perhaps there was a part of the team that really wanted to lean more towards what those past games were like, and there were others that wanted to push this game in a new direction. The like system was probably a key feature that differentiated this game from style-savvy. It's a modern take on the impact social media plays in our lives. Also, we haven't seen much of a main story so far from the trailers. Rather than using a story as a motive for game progression, perhaps this new system serves the motive and core concept of becoming a fashion influencer. Personally, I would love to see some commentary on social media fashion spaces, although those can admittedly get a bit dark, as happy as they make me. But this game is aimed at all ages, so I would probably have to make that kind of game myself. Do you guys care if this game has a story or not? I'm sure there will be a lot of fun to be had in Eve on its own, but will you all feel really connected to the world if there's no story there? Will the clothes you make and the experiences you have in the game be enough to immerse you into Fashion Dreamer? The final question asks if the producer has a message for the readers. Kamiyama replies, "In truth, Fashion Dreamer is not just a mere fashion game. The game has a structure that can be enjoyed by even those who aren't interested in fashion, so I hope a wide range of people will play the game. You can play alone, but we encourage you to please play online to connect with players from all over the world." There he goes, heavily pushing the online mode again. Here is definitely one of the most intriguing parts of the interview. What exactly does he mean when he says it's not just a mere fashion game? Well, for one thing, as said in the first question, Fashion Dreamer is both a fashion game and a communication game. So we'll be able to talk to and meet a bunch of lively NPCs and real people alike through connecting over the internet. To me, it sounds like Kamiyama must be pretty confident to make the claim that anybody could enjoy this game, even without any interest in fashion, especially considering the heavy emphasis on designing clothes and creating a brand. Perhaps he's alluding to the ability to get creative with multiple game features like decorating the showroom and taking photos. I can also see how walking around areas filled with quirky characters and eating fancy donuts could possibly be considered universally fun. By the way, did you know Kamiyama is into American rock bands like Van Halen and also D4DJ? I learned this by having a quick peek at his Twitter, and he was just casually posting about how that's all he's been listening to lately. Thank you so much for watching this video. Fashion Dreamer releases super duper soon on the Nintendo Switch on November 3rd. I plan to make a lot more videos on this game and hope to start playing with you all online soon too. If you don't want to miss that, please consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like so more people can see this and learn about the game. Thank you, bye bye!